Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Is my voice is audible to all? Due to some technical issues, we were unable to share the PPT. It has taken long time to adjust it also, but we were unable to do it. But we will be sharing all the PPT with you people. Hope my voice is audible to all. Is my voice is audible? We have some technical issues. PPT we were unable to share. Is my voice is audible to all? We have some technical issues. We are unable to share the PPT. You need to listen only explanation. Later on, we will be sharing PPT with you. All these slides we will be sharing with you. Now unable to share my PPT with you. Is it okay? Is my voice is audible to all? You are able to hear my voice? I'm expecting your reply in chat box. In case any problem, please share. Is my voice is audible? Good afternoon to all. ಇನ್ನು ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ವಾ ಅವರು? ಮತ್ತೆ ಇದು ಲೈವ್ ಇದೆ ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಯಾರು ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ? ಹೌದಾ? ಬಟ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾ ಅಂತ? ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ, ಸರಿ ಸರಿ, ಓಕೆ. Yesterday, I have explained about little bit explained about the Elton Mayos experiments. Under his experiments, he has conducted some for research. So that is actually we will call it as a illumination experiments. First one, second one is the relay assembly test room experiments. Third one is the mass interviewing program, and the fourth one is the bank wiring observation room experiments. So under the illumination experiments, what they have found out, Elton Mayo, what he has found out with respect to the behavioral aspects, we will let us see. We will what he has explained. He has found out the effects of illumination on workers' productivity. Yesterday, I have explained about like how the experiment has been conducted, like what they have tested over there. They have made some two groups and selected two rooms, one group in one room, another group in another room, and lighting facilities and all they have provided to one group. Another group they have not provided any facilities, but with the minimum facility they asked them to work on it. So finally, what was the results? Like after the completions of the assignment, they have checked the results. They have checked the output, like what they have got output. So one room result was excellent, where the lighting facilities was very very excellent. The productivity was also very high. Whereas the lighting facilities was very poor, the productivity was also very poor. So like that, the findings they found that when we provide facilities to the employees, they will be they will be getting involved towards the objectives of the organization. As a result, more productivity we will be finding. That is called as an illumination experiments. And second one is the relay assembly test room experiments. So second experiment has been called as the relay assembly test room experiments. Here they have given some liberty to the employees regarding taking rest, working hours and all they have set. Okay, so they have found out, the Elton Mayo has found out in this experiments that effect of changes in working hours and working conditions on the productivity. So like whatever the facilities has been given to the employees with respect to the working hours and working conditions, working hours will be very flexible. Nowadays you might have been seeing that work from home and all, Okay, so if they allowed to work from the home itself, how they will be doing it, how they will be getting engaged with the commitment and all, they have tested actually. Under this experiments they found out the changes in working hours. See, working hours have been fixed, okay, so that will be like flexible whenever you want. 9 hours you have to log in means you should log in to the 9 hours, whatever may be the like day or night, whichever may be the schedule. Out of 24 hours, 9 hours, the like how when you like you can log in and you can log out. Overall, they need you. They want you to work for 9 hours. So changes in working hours and working conditions, even working conditions should also be a very healthy one. The relationship should be very good one. Then obviously it will be having impact on the productivity. So see the connectivity, if they have given some sort of flexibility to them, that is what they have given in explanation and all. They're taking rest time and all freely, they will be allowed to the employees. Like whenever they want to take rest, they can take a rest. Okay, so rest hours, working hours, and all will be there. Okay, so that flexibility have been given, that freedom have been given to the employees means they will be working as per their convenient. So as a result, what will happen? Productivity will be more. Due to some technical issues, we were unable to share PPT. PPT will be given later. Now I am unable to show you PPT. We have tried for a long time, but it is not uploading is not possible. We have tried. So please adjust with this. We will be sharing all PPT with you after the class hours. So relay assembly test room experiments, you understood that if we give flexibility to the workers with respect to the working hours and the working environment, so as a result, conditions, as a result, you will be seeing lot of productivity. So they will feel very comfortable. Like if the organization asks me to work as per the mandatory hours I have to work, that is okay. But the thing is that if they given little bit flexibility to me, I'll be lot of commitment. Committedly, I'll be doing work, right? So as a result, productivity will go up. So you should give little bit flexibility with respect to the working hours and working conditions and all. As a result, you will be finding lot of productivity. And third point, mass interviewing program. So here are in this experiments, they have found out actually attitude and sentiments towards the work. Actually, this experiments they have conducted to know the workers' sentiments, attachment, bondage towards the work. Okay, so when you go for an interview, they'll be asking about the particular work, like how will you like this, what do you know about this work, what will be the scope if you work as so and so, and all. They will be keep on asking. Why they will be asking? Because they want to know whether you know about the work or not. Okay, so your sentiment, your bondage, your belongingness towards the work is most important, your understanding towards the work is most important. That is why mass interviewing program will be conducted. In this experiments they will be finding out attitudes of the people who come for the interview, their attitudes, their perceptions, their opinions, their understanding, their belongingness, their love and affection towards the work. So all this will influence on commitment, right? As a result, productivity will go up. So mass interviewing program, this is what called as a mass interviewing program. To find out this experiment particularly conducted to find out the workers' attitude, sentiments, and belongingness towards the work environment. Okay, and the last experiment, that is called as the bank wiring observation room experiments. Bank wiring observation room experiments. Okay, so here what will happen? Social aspects they will be checking. So they will be checking how well you will get along with the people. That is most important. So how is your movement and all? How well you get along with the surrounding people and all is there, no? So that they will be understanding through these experiments, bank wiring observation room experiments. In that, organizations will be conducting sort of interview for the purpose of knowing the social gatherings, social movements and all. Okay, so that is also most important, which will be again motivating you to contribute more towards the organization objectives. So this is about that social aspects mainly they'll be working on it. So this is called as a bank wiring observation room experiments. So overall, to say that Elton Mayo experiments, through this four type of experiments which he has conducted, one is illumination experiments, relay assembly test room experiments, mass interviewing program, and fourth one is the bank wiring observation room experiments. Okay, so overall, to say that special attention so that the productivity will go up irrespective of the working condition changes, working hours and all changes. Okay, so Elton Mayo finally he says that irrespective of the changes, maybe with respect to the working conditions, working hours and all, the management should have good relation with the subordinates so that the productivity will go up. So this is what the conclusions of all four type of experiments which has been conducted by Elton Mayo, and famously it is known as Arthrone experiments. Okay, so Arthrone experiment means under this four experiments, under the heading of this four experiments, Elton Mayo has conducted. You understood that illumination experiment, what it is, relay assembly test room experiment, what it is exactly, mass interviewing program, you understood what it is, bank wiring observation room experiments, what it is. So this is about that. So overall, to say that social movement, management closeness with the subordinates, and all most important because ultimately it will be having impact on the productivity. So ultimate goal is reaching the, I mean, making more profit, right? Right. How you will be making more profit through production, producing more, through making sales more and all. So when sales is more, profit will be more. So for that purpose, we have to prepare all this background preparation is required. Like how we have to make employees to work towards it and all, we have to plan well in advance. So that is why we need to understand all these four type of experiments. Overall put together, it has been called as an Arthrone experiments. Moving to the third unit, it is talking about the planning. So planning means you all know that, like what do you mean by planning, and how the process will take place, nature and purpose, why we require planning, and what types of plans are there, objectives of doing planning, then management by objectives, strategy, types of strategies, policies, measure, decision making, types of decision making process, rational decision making, and all we will be studying under the third unit, which will be called as a planning. Okay, so meaning, definitions of planning, nature, planning process, types, and all we will be studying under this units. So moving to the meaning, what is the meaning of planning? Plan is a forecast of the future course of action. We should plan today itself, we should forecast today itself, like future course of action, what we will be doing in the future, today itself we have to forecast it. Okay, so that is nothing but called as a plan. It's a predetermined path of action. Okay, so whatever the action we would like to take, predetermined to tomorrow, what we have to do today itself we will be predetermining it. Okay, so forecasting for the action take place tomorrow. So any forecasting, the action will be taken tomorrow only. Okay, today we do forecasting, but activity will be executing tomorrow. Okay, then the process of devising strategy for the future action. So whenever you will be talking about the plan, there will be a strategy, there will be the action, there will be the forecasting, there will be the path of action, and all will be there. So process of devising strategy for the future actions. So we will be making strategy, and we will be dividing as per the strategy length, length period and all. Okay, short term, long term, single use, and all many types are there. So depending on that, we will be planning it. Next, management assesses their organization needs and environment. See, this is most important. Management should assess their organization need and environment. What organization requires? Profit it requires. And for that purpose, it should create good environment. Then execution of work will take in a very smooth way. As a result, production will take very well. Okay, so we are the main thing is in the organization mainly want the profit, business expansion, production more and all. Okay, so for that purpose it has to create the environment. So actions are required, strategies are required, forecasting is required. All this put together called as an a planning. So planning is nothing but forecast the future course of action, determine path of action, then you will be forecasting the action take place tomorrow. So today itself you will be estimating what action tomorrow supposed to be taken. Okay, process of devising strategy for the future actions. So future action, how it should be, for that strategy need to be prepared. Then you need to assess what is the need and what should be the environment. So this overall the activities, overall the process will be taking under the heading of planning. Okay, so planning is nothing but forecasting future course of action. So in that so many things will come. Path of action we will be predetermining tomorrow what we have to do. Today itself we will be planning strategy, we will be preparing for tomorrow. Then need we will be calculating, and environment we will be creating it. So that is called as a planning. Predetermined or the forecast of the future course of action with all this background preparation, that is called as a planning. So moving to the definition, let us discuss any one's definition, one contributor or the one author's definitions. So here, McGinson and others have said planning is choosing course of action and deciding in advance what is to be done in what sequence, when and how. Okay, planning is nothing but there are so many course of action, right? You like, for example, if you take your own example, MBA, MCOM, so many things are available in the market, right? You have selected, you have chosen only MCOM. Among these so many course of action, you have selected only one. Okay, and you will be deciding in advance what is to be done in what sequence, when and how and all. You will be deciding in advance. Okay, so this all will be taking place today itself, where we are going to do this work tomorrow, but the activities will be taking today itself. Okay, like what to do, when to do, how to do, what has to be manufactured, how it should be manufactured, like relating that what and all strategy required, those things and all you will be deciding well in advance. Okay, planning is nothing but you'll be first choosing the course of action and deciding it in advance. Today itself you will decide for the tomorrow what to do, when to do, how to do, where to do, and all you will be deciding today itself for the tomorrow. That is called as a planning. So moving to the nature and purpose of planning, features of planning under that. See, planning is a continuous process. See, today you will plan, again you need to plan tomorrow also. Otherwise, everything will get opposite. Okay, so for everything we need to plan then and there. Then only the execution will take place in a successive manner. Or else, what will happen? Continuously, it will not take place. Okay, there will be a problem. Means you can't reach the goal. Hence, planning is a continuous process. See, even if you have completed your work, means for tomorrow what to do. Today you have completed work, pre-decided work you have completed. For tomorrow again you need to plan it, okay? Or else it will be a big problem. So for everything, for each and every activities, either in an organization or as an individual, for any kind of activities to carry on, we have to do planning. Okay, so planning is a continuous process, hence it has been called as a continuous in nature. Planning involves setting organizational goals or the objectives. So planning actually whenever you will talk about the planning, always the first thing, it will be taking care of setting goals or the objectives. See, when you have the plan, then only you will find a goal or the objectives. If you don't have plan at all, then obviously no objectives or the no goals you will find. So that is why planning should be there, so that it involves in setting organizational goals and objectives. Moving to the third one, planning involves selection of suitable course of action to achieve the organizational objectives. See, I have told you people many times, organizational objective is profit earning, business expansion, maintaining stakeholders value and all, shareholder values and all, share price and all, productional activities and all in a proper track. It has to take care, right? So what will happen? It will be selecting suitable course of actions to achieve the organizational objectives. towards organizational objectives, related activities, supporting activities in order to lead towards the ultimate objective, what is required, that will be planned by the planning. So it will lead us to selection of suitable course of action to achieve the organizational objectives. Moving to the fourth point, planning is similarly concerned with looking into future. Okay, so planning always see forecasting means understood it is for the future only. Okay, so we are estimating for tomorrow. Today we are doing estimation work for the tomorrow. Hence it has been called as a concern with looking into future. It requires forecasting of the future situation in which organization has to function. Okay, so organization has to function, right? So we need the forecasting. Means we don't know how the future situation and all. So that is why today itself we will be planning how the future will be, how we should get ready and all. So that is why primarily the planning is primarily concerned with looking into future, because future is uncertain, like what kind of changes will take place in the market we don't know. Okay, in the society what kind of changes will take place we don't know. Like that COVID-19 and all, no one expected, right? Lot of changes will take place due to changes have already been taken place, right? Productional activities varied, and so many industries have been closed down. There is no proper business, no international market for the product properly. So due to so many this unexpected reasons, business, many people have closed down their business. So the future is very uncertain. That is why it is primarily concerned for the future, because it has to go like activities and all has to go in a very smooth way. If you don't have planning, it will be a waste. So moving to the next point, planning is undertaken at all levels of the management. See, the level of the management may be anything. Okay, top level, mid level, lower level, shop floor level, or anything it may be. Okay, so planning at all level it is required. In order to execute something, you should have the good planning, or else it is not possible. Okay, planning is flexible as commitment, is based on future conditions which are always dynamic. So see, always planning should be flexible only, because future market is uncertain to us. So planning means what, we are predicting future and doing some planning activities for tomorrow's successful executions, right? If tomorrow any changes takes place in the market, who will be the responsible? No one will be the responsible. Only external force is responsible. Though we have planned today well, tomorrow it is not possible to execute due to due to unforeseen, unpredictable conditions. Suppose all of these sudden has been occurred in the market, means what we will do, we will not be in a position to do anything. Okay, so that is why what will happen, the management should be always dynamic in the process of doing planning. Today we will plan something for tomorrow. Suppose if not possible to execute the same plan tomorrow due to some external force, external condition and all, what we will be doing, we will be going for the other kind of planning immediately. Hence it has been called as a very dynamic planning process, is very dynamic. So always we will plan, future plan we do. Sometime if any changes takes place, we should be in a position to adjust it. Okay, so that is why it has been called as a very dynamic. Planning is pervasive and extends throughout the organization. See, it is pervasive and extends throughout the organization. As I already mentioned that planning is required at all level. Top level it is required, mid level it is required, lower level, shop floor level and all it is required. Wherever you go, whomever you consult, either individual or an organization, everyone must plan, right? So without plan, nothing can be start, nothing can be execute. Okay, so that is why it is pervasive. Everywhere it is pervasive. So pervasive, spreaded and extends throughout the organizations. So that is about that. Planning is most important. Okay, most important. So as we know that it should be very dynamic due to unpredictable conditions of the market. Sometimes to some extent we will predict it, but if some extent not possible to predict, means we should be immediately in a position to change it. We should be always dynamic. That is why it has been called as a very pervasive and extends throughout the organization. Everywhere it will be there. Okay, So now planning has a number of characteristics. Okay. So here what will happen? Planning is primary function of the management. As I have told you people that management functions, what are the functions performed by the management? The first point, planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling, coordinating, and the like it will perform. So that is why planning has been considered as the first and foremost primary functions of the management in any organization. Any organization you take as an example, planning is the primary functions, okay, fundamental function without which organization cannot start its activities or cannot execute its functions. Okay, so planning is primary functions of management. Then planning focuses on objectives. So why we do planning? As I have already told that it will be goal oriented or the object oriented. Whenever you will say planning is there means there will be a goal and objectives. So focuses on objectives. And third one is planning is function of all managers. This is also I have told in my previous slide. It's a functions of all kind of managers, top, mid level, lower level, and shop floor level, functional area managers. Everyone will function. I mean, everyone will do planning. Planning is an intellectual process. As I have already told that it is predicting the future. It is not so easy. See, you are not only predicting the future in a sense, not only market you are predicting. You are predicting market, stock market, customers, clients, producers, suppliers, government, all stakeholders mentality are predicting, right? And how will be the market in the future for our particular product and all you will be estimating it. So when you are doing all these activities you should have intelligence. I mean, intellectual person can only do this. Okay, so thinking about today itself very difficult. You are thinking about tomorrow or day after tomorrow means you should have lot of knowledge. Okay, lot of predictable capacity you should have, right? Lot of exposure, experience, qualification. You should have grip on the talent, okay, knowledge. So as a result what will happen, you will be doing very effective planning. So for the process of doing planning, intellectuality is required, hence it has been called as an intellectual process. Planning as a continuous process that dynamic, planning secure the efficiency, economy, and accuracy. So efficiency it will secure because planning itself tells that it requires lot of intellectual capacity, estimating capacity, predicting capacity, and all. So economy it should know, accuracy and all it should know. Next, planning involves forecasting. We know that planning, the very first beginning meaning itself, forecasting. Beginning for the function itself, forecasting. Planning and thinking factor. Okay, so planning is always associated with the thinking factor. Planning is a realistic one. See, planning means you can't plan anything as you wish, as you like, and all. Okay, whatever the resources are there in an organization, whatever the assets are there in the organization, whatever the facilities are there in an organization. So by keeping them as a base, you should plan. Okay, so based on the inputs available within the organization, maybe the raw materials, intellectual assets, machineries, or other things. Okay, so keeping this in the mind, you will be doing the planning. Okay, then looking into the purpose of planning. Why you want to have planning? Purpose is facilitates accomplishment of objectives. Okay, you need to complete the objectives, right? That is why you want to have the planning. See, suppose if you want to score well in the MCOM first sem exam means you should have plan, right? Objective is scoring well in the exam, but planning should be there, right? Like what to do, when to do, how to do, and all, like how to study, what pattern we have to prepare notes and all, how to go through the material, how many hours we have to dedicate, in what way we have to prepare the notes and all, you have to plan, right? So facilitate accomplishment of objectives. So you have the objectives that can be accomplished with the help of the planning. So that is the first purpose, to accomplish the objectives. Ensures economy in operations. So economy in the sense, like cost, expenditure, profit, turnovers and all. So whenever you have the planning, obviously it will be ensuring the economy in operations. So planning means obvious. When you have the planning means absolutely and obviously you will be executing as per the blueprint. So planning is nothing but called as a blueprint or the future prediction process. So you will be executing the work tomorrow as per the blueprint, whatever you have prepared today. Okay, so obviously it will be ensuring the economy in the operation. Besides, there will not be given any chance to the wastage or wasting time or having excess human resource, having excess machineries, having excess raw materials, and all will not take place. Okay, so everything will go as per the plan or the schedule, whatever it is there. So moving to the third one, presides the control. So whenever you have the planning, control can be exercised. See, planning means you will be deciding today, right, what to do, how much to do, and all. Suppose by any chance, if you are unable to do that much planned quantity, means what you will be doing immediately will be you will be exercising the control. That is presides the control. So when you have the plan, obviously you will be having preset mind. Okay, this much I should do. So suppose if it is not possible, our management will think so and so employees has to work so and so quantity of work they have to do. Like that, management will give instructions. Suppose if they don't do it, then obviously they will be exercising the control, because standard planning is nothing but setting the standards. So once you have set the standards, you should do your activities to reach these standards. Suppose you are unable to reach these standards, then they will find out the deviation and they will be exercising the control. So exercising control process will be possible through the planning. So moving to the next purpose, provides for the future contingencies. So if anything, if we required, like in the future, that will be like that will get the sort of facility from the planning. Suppose if you have the planning, future contingency, if anything unexpectedly happens, occurs, that can be meet with the help of the plan. So always when you do the plan, so and so activities should get place in so and so way, that they will be planning. Okay, that they will be drawing on the sheet, that they will be making a blueprint. So and so activities must be executed and all. They will think and they will be drawing. Okay. Then later on, if anything goes reverse way or any changes takes place, what is the remedy? How it should be executed? That alternative process also will be there in the planning process. Okay, in the blueprint itself, alternative activities they will be mentioning due to this contingency, future contingency and all. Okay, future uncertainties and all, how to set it off, the changes, the margin of changes and all, how to get settled and all will be thought by the, I mean, the management will take care of it. Okay, so they will be keeping some sort of margin for the contingency also, future contingency also, along with the execution, the activities which has to be executed. Along with that, the future contingency also will get little bit place, so that you will not find any problem at all, because for everything adjustments have been made. So moving to the last one, facilitates optimum utilization of resources. So when you have the planning, obviously what will happen, you will be using the resources to the to the what we call optimum level. Okay, maximum level. Okay, so because we have planned today itself, so for tomorrow what I have to do, tomorrow daytime 12 hours is there, like what I have to do, like what work I have to execute, how many hours required, within how many hours I can complete the work and all. That and all we need to plan it. Okay, so today itself we will be doing everything, so that tomorrow, as soon as we enter the office, we will be commencing our activities. Okay, commencing our duties. So that means to say that since we have planned today itself, tomorrow as soon as we enter into the office, we will be commencing our activities, because yesterday itself we know the planning, right? So as a result, optimum, without wasting any time, without wasting any energy, optimum utilization of the resources available will be possible when you have the planning. So these are all the purpose of the planning. So moving to the planning process, what is the planning process? First process, aware of the opportunity. So simply you can't do planning, you should know opportunities. What are the opportunities are there, then you can start doing planning. So was like I have got an opportunity to become a accountant, HR manager, marketing manager, sales manager, advertising manager, production manager, R&D manager, and all. There are options, okay, in the market available. So I should aware of the opportunities, all these opportunities, whatever it is there available in the market, I should know personally, okay, about these opportunities. Then moving to the second one, establishing objectives. See, once you know the opportunities, you must establish the objectives. Okay, I know. Okay, so and so. Suppose I can go as a HR manager. There are so many. Actually, I have identified the one. I want to join as a HR manager. So then, once I have identified my opportunity among so many opportunities, one I have identified and one I have chosen means second immediately I have to set the objective for it. Okay, without which I can't reach the goal. See, once I have identified the opportunity among the many, next what I have to do is I have to set the objective for it. Third, developing planning premises. So within which, like how to execute, what and all the plans, what and all are the plans required, that has to be done. That is nothing but called as developing planning premises. Moving to the fourth one, identifications of alternatives. See, there are so many alternatives, like what we call in the developing planning premises. There are so many alternatives will be there. So, which one will be suitable for you? That should be selected. Then evaluating the alternative. You have to evaluate the alternative. Then selection of the alternative. Evaluate means lead. See, suppose if I join as a HR manager, how much salary I'll get? Suppose if I join as a account officer, how much salary I'll draw? Suppose if I join as a production manager, how much salary I can draw. So like this you have to evaluate every alternative. Okay, then finally which one you feel comfortable. It may be like sort of satisfaction, if you sort of satisfaction if you get if you join that particular task, or else money wise also you can measure it, you can evaluate it, which one is beneficial to you, that you can select. Either it may be from the monetary purposes or the non-monetary things, whichever may be the yardstick. If you want, you can keep it and you can measure it and you can select it. Okay, so moving to the next one, after evaluating, selection of the alternative, you'll be selecting it. Evaluate. So HR 20,000, production manager 30,000, sales manager 15,000. Like that, you will be evaluating value for every alternative, and finally you will be choosing one. Which one, as I have already told that, like which one is beneficial to you, either mentally or the physically. So choice is left to you. So selection of alternatives will take place there. Developing supporting plans. So immediately you'll start doing plans. Okay, like what to what I have to do and all. So this is called as a supporting plans. Once you have selected one thing means, suppose I want to become a HR manager. So what is the supporting plans? I have to look into the content of the, suppose I have selected some doing PG diploma in HR. Okay, then immediately I'll be looking into the components, what and all it is there. Okay, so sub plan should get ready. So paper are there, how to prepare and all you need to plan. Okay, so that is how you have to check it. Okay, so developing supporting plans, establishing sequence of activities. See, here also sequence is most important. When you want to do something, you can't straight away start with the middle point or end point. So sequence is most important. Like where to start, how to look into the takeoff of that particular task, what are the supporting plans required. With the supporting plans help, how to take off particular task, and how to take to a middle way, and how to take to a conclusions way, and all you have to think over it. Okay, so sequence of activities is most important. So if you want to start like you want to have MCOM degree certificate means, what you will do, first you will find out advertisement, you will come to the university, or through website you will download the application, and you will be filling it and you will be submitting it with the fees and all. Then you will be getting admission and you will be starting with the first semester, and writing exams, submitting assignment, and then second and third, fourth, later on only you will be getting certificate, right? So sequence of activities. So how you have got MCOM certificate, these are all the sequence of the activities you need to follow. So similarly in an organization, all of this sudden are immediately will not get output. Okay, final product you will not get. You that need to pass so many stages. Okay, so like you need to acquire the raw materials. First, you need to understand market demands, requirements, and all. Then you have to decide one product has to be manufactured. Then you will be acquiring raw materials. Then the human resource and all. You will be acquiring it. Machinery you will be acquiring. Then plant will be acquiring. So later on, you will be one by one. You will be putting in working. Stage and you'll be starting your activities, right? So establishing sequence of activities. So immediately or very soon you will not get final product. To get a final product, it has to pass through so many stages. So for your case, MCOM certificate final, that final product, you have to pass the so many stages, right? Similarly in an organization also, final output will come based on the stages of passing this raw materials and all. Like what to do, first we will plan acquiring, then putting them in the process, then processing it, then ultimately converting it to the final product, and all will take place. So that is establishing sequence of activities. Providing for the follow up. So simply it will get done, it will not get done. You should have the follow up. Okay, whether it is going on as per the schedule, as per the plan and all, that you need to check it. Okay, so follow up is required. Planning process, you understood. Aware of opportunity, establishing objectives, developing planning premises, identification of alternatives, evaluating alternatives, selection of alternatives, developing supporting plans, establishing sequence of activities, providing for the follow up. Okay, so next moving to the types of plans, you will be having three types: strategic plans, standing plans, and single use plans. Three types of plans: strategic plans, standing plans, single use plans. So moving to the strategic plans, what it is actually. So it is it is more and more concerned with the missions, objectives, and strategies. Okay, so strategic plan, under that strategic plans are concerned with the reasons why certain events must take place. Okay, so in the strategic plan, you will be giving room for the thought that what is the reason, what I mean to say, the certain reason for for the events, the reason behind doing certain events must find out. Okay, so for that we will be taking help of strategic plans. So strategic plans are concerned with the reasons why the certain events must take place. Okay, you will be finding out the reason why I have to do this. Then moving to the second, vision and mission and all you heard. Without vision and mission, it is highly impossible. Okay, for you have joined MCOM with some sort of vision and mission, right? So for any institution, any business concerns, they will start with the vision and the mission. So vision must be defined at the highest level. See, generally a high level management will get involved in it, and they will be designing the visions. Okay, like how the future will be and all, they will be deciding. Important part of strategic planning is to get a high level view of entire organization. So it is actually important part of strategic planning is to get a high level view on the entire organizations. See, when you are in the management level, you need to have a high level view. Okay, overall holistic view you need to have it. Then only you can run one particular concern, or else it is not possible. So strategic plans mainly we will be doing to find out the reason why we must start particular task, and it will be like high level vision it will keep, and high level views of the entire organization it will be looking. So overall it will be looking into the mission, objectives, and strategies. Okay, so next moving to the standing plans. What is standing plans? Standing plans are policies, procedures, and rules and regulations. Okay, policies are general guidelines. Okay, so general guidelines which we require for the purpose of executing all activities in an organization. That is why we need policy. Policy whereas comes under the standing plans. So standing plans means we will be taking care of three aspects, four aspects. One is policies, procedures, rules, and regulations. So all this we will be planning under the standing one. So standing plans means we will be taking care of policy, procedure, rules, and regulation. Policy is a general guidelines. Okay, so policy is the general guidelines. There will be general guidelines in any organization. If you visit, we have to cope up with the or we have to follow the guidelines whatever it has been given by an organization. Okay, so we have to follow those instruction which has been given by an organization. Next, moving to the third one, a procedure is a plan that establishes a specific method. Okay, it's establishes specific method for handling the activities. For handling the activities, for any kind of activities, there will be a specific method that will be given by the procedures. Then rules and regulations. So rules and regulation are simplest of the all standing plans. Okay, so there will be a rules and regulations like this only you have to do, like this you are not supposed to do. So certain sort of conditions they will keep, no. So that we need to follow. That will be established under the standing plans. So standing plans overall to say that it will be taking care of policy, procedures, rules, and regulations. Terms, conditions, and all will be there, which will be studied under the rules and regulations. So overall to say that standing plans will be taking care of, it will be talking about what will be the procedure, means specific method, what will be the rules and regulation, means conditions in an organization, which has to be followed by an employee, and what will be the guidelines, general guidelines given by an organization, that all will be put together. We will be studying under the standing plans. So moving to this last one, single use plans. What do you mean by single use plans? Single use plans are the non-recurring institutions, means to say that once you have used means for one activity, suppose you have been given some project to you. Okay, organization has been given some project to you. It will be taking durations of 6 months. So there what you will be doing, you will be doing sort of planning for the 6 months, because you have to complete the project within the 6 months. One particular task has been assigned to you and given 6 months time. So you will be doing sort of planning, right, for that, like how to start, how to proceed with that, how to complete, how to conclude, what type of result I have to draw down. So well in advance you will be doing planning. Okay, so you will do plan and you will be using for that particular assignment. Later on you will be throwing it. Okay, so single use plans means you will be using for the one particular situation, one project, or one segment, or one part of the work. Rest of the time you will not use that particular plan. You will be using only for the specific one. Okay, so that is why called as a single use plans are the non-recurring situations. Means again you will not find a situation of using same plan. Okay, moving to the second one, defined as a predetermined course of action developed for a unique and non-recurring situations. Okay, so this is actually predetermined course of action developed for a unique situation. See, I have told that since it is using for one particular project or one particular segment or particular one type of activity, means obviously what will happen, it will be a unique only. So since you are not using that particular plan for the other process, other set of activities, other target, for the other target you will not be using it, right? So as a result it's a unique one, only you will be using that for the one particular task, and you'll be throwing it. That is why it has been called as a single use one. Okay, so it's non-recurring in nature, but it will be a unique one. The most prevalent single use plans are programs, projects, budgets, and organizational plans. So some of the example have been cited under the single use plans are programs, budgets, projects, organizational plans. See, programs we will do like that only, right? So, one particular set of program we are supposed to start from tomorrow. Today we'll do some plan, okay? And we will be using that plan only for that program. For the rest of the program, we will not use, because pattern will change, right? One program pattern is different from other program pattern. So moving to the project is also varies. Okay, you have taken some project, I have taken some project. Whereas I myself taken one project for 6 months, means after 6 months again one more project will enter, or I may get. But that project is different now. What I have taken, that is different. So as a result, plan will vary for now. The present whatever the plan I use, this is different. And after 6 months, whichever the project comes to me, that for that the plan whatever I have to prepare, that is different. Okay, I can't repeat it. So project wise, budget wise, see, planning, for example, union budget or state budget or this year whatever they have planned, okay, for the budget, the next year it will be. So this year plans for this year budget is different from the next year budget. Okay, so similarly in an organization also, this year they will be doing some sort of budget. Okay, next year again that will vary. Okay, the plan for the budget this year to next year it will be varied it. Okay, organizational plans here also sometimes, see, organization plans always influenced or forced for external force which will be putting pressure on the organization, or like a lot of competitors entering into the market. Lot of competitions will be there, international market, national market. Then investors mood will change. They will be looking into the stock market and all, earning and all, they will be calculating it, their investment they may withdraw it. So a lot of fluctuability will be there in the mind of all stakeholders. Maybe government policy also will change. So organization plans also has to plan as per the time to time changes which has been taking place in the environment. So if they are not changing it as which have been taking place in the environment, then again it will be a problem. Okay. So moving to the objectives, like why objectives, what do you mean by objectives? Okay, the question arises, this is like how we have studied about the planning. Similarly, this is one concept which you will be studying in the management. What do you mean by objective? Objectives are understood goal, purpose, aim, or anything. Okay, so that is called as an objective. So objectives are the goals, aims, or the purpose that organization wish to achieve over a varying period of time. So either the organization or an individual, you will be having sort of set of goals or the objectives or the purpose. You want to achieve it, okay, during or over a period of time. Over a certain period of time, you want to achieve it. Okay, you need to reach the target. So that what you will be doing, you will be doing sort of you'll be keeping sort of planning and all, like previous stage planning, now objectives. Okay, so in future what you want to do, that will be deciding in advance. That particular process has been called as an objective. Objective is also called it as an aims. Aims is also called as an a purpose. Okay, over a period of time you need to or you want to achieve it. Okay, so next to Stephen Robbins has defined objective as a desired outcomes of individual groups or the entire organization. It is desired end result or desired outcomes of an individual. See, objectives may be, see, any individual or group or organization, everybody will be having the aim. Everyone will be having the goal. Everyone will go behind the purpose. Okay. So there will be a purpose. It is very clear. Everyone behind the purpose, objectives are the goals. Okay. Why they want to have? Because they want to have desired end results. Okay. Desired end result is what? As an individual, I want to go to a very good post, positions, good salary, good perks, good increments, good recognition, good identity, and all I want to have as an individual. Moving to the group, even group also wants to have. Moving to the organization also wants to have all these things. Okay, so it will be the common outcomes expected by all these three types: individual, groups, and the organizations. Okay, so organization will be having some sort of profit making, expansion business, earning more profitability and all, it will keep in the mind. Group also identity, leadership quality, or they want to exercise lot of that particular group should get lot of perks, salary and all. They want to do good business and all. So group also will be having some sort of aim, purpose and all. So ultimately to say that desired outcomes of the, it's a desired outcomes as per the Stephen Robbins, desired outcomes of the individual group and the organization. Next, see, should be related to the single activity. Yes, objectives always should be related to the single activity. See, now the first semester you'll be having one objective. For the second semester, second objective. So other objectives like in now this year your objective is to score well. Okay, some 70%. Next year you'll plan. Okay, comfortable. I have comfortable with the paper subjects and all. Next year let me score 75 like that. Objective will be keep on changing the setting for every process. Okay, then should be related to the results. Yes, I have told you people that this year you will be keeping objective of scoring 70. Once you understand the depth, papers, areas, domains, and all, what you will be thinking? It is so easy. I can manage. It is comfortable. I can read more. I can write more. I can present more. Then what will happen? It will be keep on changing it. So it is a result oriented. Okay, not to the activity to be performed. It is purely depending on the results. Okay, and it is also measurable, quantifiable. Okay, you can quantitatively see it. Okay, you can quantitatively measure it. So you understood objective is a single activity, then it will be relating to the results, not merely activity, it is more relating to the results. Then it is measurable, we can quantifiable. Since we are expressing in numerical terminology, like 70% to 80%, even if you take an organization, there also profit they will be mentioned in a numerical terminology, right? So profit made 50 crores, 100 crores, and all they will be talking means understood it is quantifiable. It's we are measuring it, right? So moving to the next one, time limit for achievement of the objectives will be there. Okay, so when we are talking about the objectives, time limit is set, right? See, objective means till you become old, reaching the goal, that is not called objective or the purpose or the aim. See, for every activity, single use we are calling, no, for every activities we will be doing it. Okay, so it is measurable. Time limit will be set for it. It must be achievable or the feasible. See, sometimes what will happen? We will think, let me score 90%. Will it be possible? It is not possible. Okay, sometimes it may be possible also, but all the situation it is not possible. So feasible means you should be in a position to reach it out. Okay, you should get it done. It should get it done. Okay, it should be possible. That type you have to plan, or else it is not possible. Okay, so that is about that. Then roles of the objectives. What are the roles played by objectives? Objectives specify the nature and purpose of the organization. When you have the objectives, what it will be specifying nature and purpose. Why the organization has existed, like why it has taken birth, why you have made one organization, why you have set up an organization, why you have started one organization. So purpose behind it, it will make very clear. Okay, nature and the purpose you will come to know through the objectives. Then the directions of decision making. When you have the objectives for making decision, it will give direction. Suppose I have objectives of making so and so profit amount, so and so amount of profit, 80 crores, 50 crores, and all. So that is my objectives. Okay, okay, I have whatever the objectives are there. So decision has to be taken place, right? So directions will be given to the decision making. So any productional activities, any manufacturing activities, or any related our activities, if we want to plan, the directions will be getting out of the objectives. So where there is the objectives, there will be a directions for the decision making. Performance standards. So once you have the objectives, means standard will be set. See, objectives means purpose, aim. Ultimately, it's a purpose or the aim, right? So, performance standard, you will be setting so and so standard. Either an organization, group, or individual. This much, yeah, I must reach this much. Like that, you will be keeping some standard, right? And then you will start doing it. You may reach it or you may not reach it. That is different. So, when you have the objective, I want to become so and so, then my performance standard will be deciding, right? See, I have some objective, but I have to perform, I have to do it right, I have to perform well, right? If I don't set the performance standard, obviously what will happen, objective will become failure. So objective always will be giving directions to the performance standards also. There will be a performance standards. Basis for decentralization. When you have the objectives, it will be giving priority for the decentralization. Yesterday I was telling you people centralization and decentralization. So holding authority and responsibility with the central point of view, it is called as a centralization. Decentralization means you will be diluting powers and power of authority and responsibility and all. You will be diverting it. Okay, so functional level, different levels of manager. For them, you will be giving rights to take a decision, rights to buy the raw materials, rights to start the productional activities, rights to give some perks, incentives, benefits, and all to particular unit manager to their employees, to his or her employees. He or she may directly take a decision. That kind of freedom will be given. So that is called as a basis of centralization. So when the objectives are there, because at every level objectives will get set, right? So as a result, decentralization will take place. Then clearly specified objectives integrate. Okay, so it will be clear. It will be clearly specifying or mentioning about the integrations of the objectives. So we have to integrate. Once we have done objectives, means we have to integrate in our activities. So it will be clearly giving signals how to integrate the objectives. So as a result, the working will take place well. So next, moving to the MBO, management by objectives. So, what do you mean by management by objectives? See, as per the Kuhn's O'Donnell, management by objectives is a comprehensive managerial system that integrates many key managerial activities. See, managerial activities are what? Planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling, coordinating, motivating, and the like, right? In a systematic manner, and it is consciously directed towards the effective and efficient achievement of the organizational and individual objectives. Very simply to understand, management by objectives, it's as per the Kuhn's, it is very simple to understand. Okay, management by objectives is a very comprehensive, big one. Management MBO is a very comprehensive, very big one, comprehensive managerial system that integrate means it will bring collaboration with many key managerial activities. We know managerial key activities, planning, organizing, staffing, and all in a very systematic way. We were even I was telling you people about sequence and all, right? In a systematic way, that activities should be arranged, and that is consciously directed towards the, so it should give direction towards the effective and efficient achievement of organizational and individual goal or the objectives. What is the goal of the objective? Making profit, earning profit, expansion of business, and and so on and so forth, right? So here what will happen, it should take care, it's a comprehensive managerial system. It will be bringing collaboration between the activities of planning, organizing, staffing, and all, that in a very systematic way, so that effectively and efficient achievement of organization and individual objectives will be possible. This is what the main meaning of MBO. MBO is a management by objectives. As per the Kuntz and O'Donnell, it's a very comprehensive managerial system which will be bringing everything in a one box or in one junction or in one circle, or we can say in a technical terminology we can use that integrates. It will be bringing collaboration with many key managerial activities. That too, it has to be taken place in a very systematic manner, means to say that sequential order. As a result, it will give direction to effective and efficient achievement of organization as well as individual objectives. Individual, you know that the growth, perks, benefits, and all, it will be taking care, and organization, profit, business, and all. Okay, so with this, I'm concluding the point management by objectives. Next, moving to the four ingredients of common to MBO programs. So what are the ingredients which are commonly used in management by objective program? Let us see. Objectives are specific. So when you are having the technique of MBO in an organization, objectives are specific. Okay, it's because we are telling that it is very comprehensive managerial system and it integrates all key managerial activities that too in a systematic manner. As a result, what will happen? Consciously directing towards the effective and efficient achievement of organizational and individual objectives. So, four ingredients objectives are very specific. So, no haphazardly what we call unclear objectives will not be there. Very clear objectives will be there. This is what I want to reach. I want to have the goal like that. They will keep in the mind. They will be concentrating on it. Okay. Moving to the second ingredients, objectives are not set by the boss and imposed upon the subordinates. The superior and subordinate jointly decide. So this is objectives under the MBO. What will happen? Jointly superior and subordinates sit together and they will be deciding the objectives. Okay, so in coordination they will be deciding the objectives. If there is no bossism, okay, boss will fix the objectives and he or she will command keeping gun on the head of the employees and telling them and asking them to work. That kind of things will not take place. Only thing is mutual understanding. Okay, so sort of commitment the employees also should be there, and the employer must also know how to get things from the some subordinates. So in such a way, in a coordinated way, it will be taking place. Okay, so with lot of understanding, it will be taking place between these two. Time period is fixed. Okay, whenever we are talking about objectives and all planning and all, so obviously it is a scientific method management by objectives. It's very powerful tool which will be used in an organization. Time period is fixed, so there will not be any flexibility for taking extra time and all. Okay, finally there will be a feedback on performance. So mandatory they will be looking on the feedback. Okay, performance, whatever I perform, you will be getting the feedback on it. Okay, so feedback on performance is important, period is important, then coordination among the superior and subordinate is very important in order to setting the objectives. Objectives are specific. Okay, not common objectives, specific clear cut objectives will be there. So these are all the four components or the ingredients which are used in the MBO. The process of MBO: goal setting, action planning, self control, and periodic reviews. So, this I will be explaining tomorrow. With this, I will be concluding. Thank you. ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರ ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ರಾ? ಸರಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ